Good morning, everybody. That's the follow-up of the final conference of Smartwatch project sponsored by Interreg Central Europe. And here we are in the ICT session. We are talking about smart specializations, and we're talking about the prospects of the industries related to them. Together with me today, I have two cluster managers from Poland, Jarek Parzuchowski, the CEO of Interizon cluster, and Mariusz Stachnik, president of the Mazovia cluster of ICT. Gentlemen, ICT sector is said to be the winner of the COVID situations. Would you agree on that?
Hello, hi. It's great to be here with you to have this meeting by Smartwatch project. From our perspective, I think that it's too early to say if the ICT companies are winning this situation or not. In our cluster, we see a lot of concern about the future post-COVID situation. Also, we see problems for the hardware producers, mostly companies cooperating with Asia, with China. They have some problems with components for their products. So now our companies maybe are not so are not in a bad shape, bad situation, but the future is maybe not so bright. So companies are waiting for current situation, and we right now we are still waiting for some feedback from them.
Okay. How about the Mazovia companies, Mariusz?
Yes. So first of all, thank you very much for the invitation, for opportunity to present opinion and let's say point of view from Mazovia on coronavirus situation. So first of all, there was no any such a crisis before. We are familiar with financial crises, but we don't have experience as a let's say civilization. I mean, modern civilization, of course, that consumption and production was stopped. So today, all our members, and not only members, but our partners, they don't understand what's going on. And I believe that this is the actual current situation, which is not only in Poland, not only in Mazovia. So to answer your question is that, of course, this is the threat and opportunity as well. All of us see the opportunity because the business is moved to online technology. So this is obvious. This is the opportunity, and this opportunity for our members, for ICT sector as well. But at the same time, we don't know how the new world would look like after the coronavirus crisis. First of all, today, mostly the people, they work online out of office. Let's make a question mark. After the coronavirus crisis, are they gonna be hired again in the offices or not?
Yeah,
so what's gonna be?
Will it really change the situation in the ICT sector? I mean, will the programmers, developers, etc., stay home forever, and you will not need extra room spaces? Do you think that you are a sector ready to cooperate in this way, totally networked?
So,
Oh,
of course, I'm sorry,
yeah,
Yeah,
Darek.
Jarek, and then Mariusz.
okay. Right now, many programmers, many developers are working from home. It's very characteristic for the ICT companies that the remote work is very often a way to cooperate with teams. So we don't see a threat that for this branch to go to remote work, but we see that many people are still threatened by the virus, and it's hard to make a team meeting or a conference in the old way, not by some online tools.
Yes. And so we can go to Mariusz for his answer because he was queuing for that.
So, yeah, I disagree with Jarek. So, because the employers they started counting the money. If we don't have to keep our offices and we still are able to deliver the results, the technology,
I still have probably problems with connection with Mariusz. Okay. Let's hope he's going to rejoin us
Yeah.
in a short moment.
So that we see that the online chatting also have some
Dark sides of it.
some dark
Okay.
sides. Yes.
You
Okay.
said, Jarek, that your companies are very strongly connected, for example, to Asia, and that's very big, becoming very problematic for them in this moment.
Yes.
How do they perceive the situation in a timeline? Do they expect that it's going to be better in a quarter, in half a year, in 1 year, or maybe the value chain will be totally broken and they will never return to their original markets or the previous markets?
I think that this year will be very hard. Till the end of 2020, it will be hard to make the plans for sales, for services. Also, those companies in our cluster, I think they are quite flexible, and as a cluster, we are trying to create new value chains, new international value chains. So maybe from our side, we see that many companies are going back to looking to finding partners, looking for partners in the European Union. So we see that maybe it's not a very good idea to cooperate only with Asia, with those who have lower prices, but to also have value chains here in Europe. Also, some of our companies are cooperating with United States, the software, mostly the software companies, and it's a big question how the situation will go on there in the United States. So right now we are focusing on building new cooperations here in the European Union.
Would you also, Mariusz, bet on this agility of ICT companies, like a very good way to get rid of the current problems, adapt to new market situation, maybe also use the situation for building some new product because people maybe are getting more accustomed to using ICT.
Of course. I mean, first of all, when we look at the current situation, so what I said before, the business and the operation of the business has been moved into online, let's say, idea. And it means that online internet becomes part of the regular business. And it means that security becomes crucial for this. Because, of course, let's say big and medium company, they can afford to have a security officer, they can afford to follow the security standards in terms of online business. But it's not the case of small and micro companies, which must be connected to big business. So it means that small and micro companies, now they are looking for a solution which protect them against risk, security, cyber risk. So this is the huge opportunity for ICT sector, which must deliver not only communication or other solution, but security becomes more and more important. So this sector will be grow rapidly, from my point of view.
Adding to that what you said, because internet technologies proved successful in this pandemic period. So probably we will be using them more and more. Even right now, we have been discussing it a short moment before. So if there is a larger scale of these services, it would probably mean that the costs of ICT for the other business partners, for your customers, should be lower. So ICT should be cheaper as a service. But on the other hand, you have plenty of these issues related to security, to infrastructure, mentioned by Mariusz. So maybe the trend will be totally opposite, which means we will use more ICT, but it will become a more important cost factor for your customers. Would you say, as the sector, as the whole ICT, would you be cheaper or more expensive in the future?
Yes, it's a hard question because, the biggest problem in the ICT sector are the resources, the human resources. We see a lack of programmers, of developers, of technicians. Right now, here in our region, we need more than 5,000 people, 5,000 programmers. So it's a very big challenge to support universities, to support also higher education, to concentrate, to focus on learning the mathematics, physics, all of the engineer staff to build resources for the IT companies. And this is the biggest challenge, the challenge also for the companies to sometimes to fight for the workers, for the programmers, and it's very characteristic for Poland that in the ICT sector the salaries are very close to the Western countries. Yeah, as we see other parts of other branches of our economic are much cheaper. So we see that the salaries are similar to Western salaries. It's also harder to compete with the companies from the West. Right now, if we are using more and more ICT staff in different fields of economy, we need more and more people. And if there is a lack of those people, the prices will be higher. So for now.
So no hopes for ICT to being cheaper. Okay.
But
Mariusz, would you confirm?
but the artificial intelligence can help us. Yeah. So Mariusz, what do you think?
So I agree with you. I mean, just let me let's add. So I fully agree with you. So in short time or medium time, of course, our services, our technologies won't become cheaper because of lack of people. And let's say our Western civilization today promote to be influencer or VIP or celebrities. Really, and this is the huge difference between Asian, let's say, culture and Western culture. Asian culture today promote to be engineers, but here in Europe, in America, young people, they want to be, what I said, influencer, for example. So it's huge and a progressive lack of resources. So for this reason, the people want to more money, the salary increase, but because of artificial intelligence in, let's say, medium and long-term perspective, of course, our services become per user, let's say, per result, more effective and cheaper. So I agree with you.
Okay, gentlemen, and the whole concept of smartwatch project was also about utilizing the concept of smart specializations. And you are very important national and regional players, and you see the developments in your sector, all these, let's say, usual or ordinary routine developments, and those very sudden, for example, those happening because of the COVID situation. Do you think that smart specialization as a concept could help in dealing with the issues of your sector? I'm asking because plenty of areas, countries, regions, they very often select ICT. Sometimes it seems to me that it is very popular and it is even, I would say, fairly cheap because you don't need such a huge infrastructure to set up ICT. And it always looks okay to say, okay, we have the ICT smart specialization in our region or in our country. So how about competitive advantages of different locations, and how about involving ICT sectors in smart space? That's the final round of our discussion for today. Shall we start with Mariusz?
Okay, so first of all, the concept of smart specialization is, I mean, quite brilliant, but as usual, implementation not that well what we expect. When we are speaking about ICT, all of us knows that this is the horizontal sector. So it means that there is no any economic branch starting from aerospace, ending with agriculture, where we don't have ICT component. So this is like was in the 20th centuries that there was, you couldn't say there's engineering sector because engineers, they were involved in every sector. So when we are talking if ICT can be smart specialization, my answer is no. Because ICT component is present in every economic sector. But of course, there are specific needs for this, specific needs to develop this skills, this what Jarek said, for example, to educate the people. So my answer is following. I don't see any reason to say that we are specialized, we have smart specialization in ICT. We use ICT tools, ICT instruments to develop the other sectors, the other branches.
Okay, I was seeing Jarek nodding his head.
Yes. Here we have some different experience regarding to smart specializations. Back in 2015, where Polish regions had to choose the smart specialization, our region, Pomorskie, had its own way. Our regional government made a contest to choose the smart specialization. And we as a cluster, we thought that the ICT smart specialization will be a good idea, and we create one, and luckily it's one of 4 Pomorskie smart specializations. And we as a cluster, we are the coordinator and the leader of the smart specialization. So, but also, as Mariusz said, we are, the idea for us is to have a horizontal approach, and we are trying to get in touch to cooperate with the three other smart specialization. And
Is
together,
there any that you would want to link very much to, that you feel that you are really necessary for them?
Yeah, we have a very good cooperation with the health smart specialization. Together we are creating, for example, tools for 3D modeling in oncology, and we provide machine learning solution for cardiologists to support them with the syntax score automatization. So those are two examples, but as a whole, smart specialization partnerships from all of the Pomorskie smart specializations. Together we are conducting a EU project called Smart Progress. So we have money to animate some activities, to build new projects, partnerships, to apply for Horizon 2020. So here we see that it's good to cooperate with between the smart specialization, but you have to have somebody to animate it. For us, it's the Marshal Office, the regional government, but it's all about people. If those people see that there are some ways to create new services for example for hospitals, it's easy to make some partnerships, some consortia. So here we are trying to work with the ICT smart specialization, and from our side, yes, it is important to have one in each region.
Okay, gentlemen. So COVID era for ICT sector is not a golden rush. Yeah, it's also very problematic, but you hope to get through. Then you say it's going to be better. You say we are going probably to be more expensive, but we will offer more security and better quality still, because everything is still ahead of us. And you say that you are very horizontal, but in some content, in some parts, it is really good that you can enjoy the benefits of being a smart specialization, but facilitation is very important and collaborative approach to our sectors. Is that something that we could summarize with?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a very
so
good.
gentlemen, thank you very much for this time spent with the smartwatch project. Thank you very much for delivering this very nice inputs to our participants, and all the best in your business. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Bye
Thank
bye.
you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.